Good evening. The learning objectives of our lecture for today are: first, define nutrition and describe its relationship to health and well-being. Second, to know the importance of nutrition. Also, to clarify some related terms. The last objective is to understand the food pyramid and the purpose of its use. Definition: nutrition is the science of food, the nutrients and other substances, their action, interaction, and balance in relation to health and disease, and the process by which they are used by the body. Why is nutrition important? In our lecture, we want to throw a light on the importance of nutrition. First, proper nutrition supports wellness. Wellness is more than the absence of disease. Physical, emotional, mental, psychological, and spiritual health. A good nutrition is an important part of leading a healthy lifestyle combined with physical activity. So, critical components of wellness are nutrition and physical activity. Also, nutrition can prevent certain types of disease. Nutrient deficiency diseases like scurvy, which is vitamin C deficiency disease, goiter, which is iodine deficiency disease, and rickets, which is vitamin D deficiency disease. Also, diseases influenced by nutrition, like chronic diseases such as ischemic heart disease, hypertension, and diabetes mellitus. Obesity is a growing problem, so the intake of more calories than expended will lead to obesity, which play as a risk factor for heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and some forms of. Since the goals of healthy people are increase the quality and years of healthy life and eliminate health disparities, so nutrition is an international goal to promote optimal health and disease prevention. The food and the nutrition of the individual. One of these determinants is the stage of development. Due to variation in the energy requirement for each stage of development, since the energy requirement and the nutrient requirement in the infancy differ from childhood and from the adulthood. The second determinant is the gender. Being male or female will affect the nutrition of individual due to difference in the body composition and nature of the physical activity performed by each gender. Genetics also play a role in this aspect. Beliefs about food may be affected by the culture or religion, the previous experience regarding food, and the personal preference of food. That means the individual may prefer certain types of food, like the vegan or vegetarian, or the carnivore, that means the meat eaters. Also, the nutritional habit, the quality of food and the quantity of food. These two factors may be affected by the socio-economic status of the individual. Also, the efficiency of our digestive system, since sometimes the food intake is adequate, but the individual experience some problems in his nutrition due to some problems in the digestive system, like malabsorption. Also, one of these determinants is the biochemical availability of food. Due to consumption of unhealthy food in form of intake of food rich in saturated fat, simple carbohydrates, low fiber content, and high salt food, this will result in a number of chronic disease and some health problems. These are cardiovascular disease, hypertension, diabetes, cancer, osteoporosis, problems of being overweight or obese, and even some mental disorders. In our lecture, we have to clarify some terms used in nutrition. First of them is the nutrients. Nutrients are the nourishing chemical substances in food that provide energy and promote the growth and maintenance of a human body. The second term is the essential nutrients. Those are the nutrients that the body cannot make it for itself in sufficient amount to meet the physiological needs and which must be therefore obtained from food. There are 6 criteria of nutrient essentiality. First, the nutrient is essential for one or more of the 8 functions of life. These are nutrition, excretion, transport, synthesis, growth, regulation, reproduction, and respiration. Second, the nutrient is not synthesized or synthesized inadequately in the body. Has a function that is either biochemical or structural. If the nutrient is deficient, a recognizable loss of function or structure results. If deficient, the loss of function or structure is proportional to degree and duration of depletion. If deficient, the loss of function is and the short-term reversible by the specific nutrient. There are 6 types of nutrients. Food nourishes the body with more than 45 different nutrients. These nutrients are grouped into 6 categories: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, and water. Eating a variety of foods to provide these nutrients is essential to good health. These 6 types of nutrients can be classified according to function and according to amount. First, classification by function can classify these nutrients into fuel nutrients, which are needed by the body for energy, including carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. And the second category is the regulatory nutrients, necessary to function normally with no caloric value, like vitamins, water, and fiber. The second classification is by the amount. First group, macronutrients, from its name, needed in proportionally large amounts daily, including carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and water. The second type of nutrients or second group of nutrients classified according to amount is the micronutrients, required in a small amount daily for regulatory function, including the vitamins and minerals. Macronutrients include carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and these are some examples of macronutrients. This illustration demonstrates the water content in human body according to gender. Since the water content of male body is 61%, more than the water content in female body, which is 56%. The fat content in female body is more than the fat content in male body. Also, the percentage of protein is differ according to gender, but the carbohydrates is equal for both gender. Micronutrients include vitamins and minerals. What are the characteristics of a nutritious food? The nutritious food should be adequate, balanced, moderate, and varied. Dietary reference intakes describe the nutrition standards. We have the term recommended dietary allowance. The abbreviation is RDA. It is the daily amount of a nutrient considered adequate to meet the non-nutrient needs of almost 98% of all healthy people. Nutrient allowances are categorized into 17 classifications based on age and sex. RDA does not provide the needs that have been altered as a result of disease states, chronic usage of certain drugs, or other factors that required specific individual attention. Nutrient intake below 70% of RDA are frequently considered to be the least RDA levels of nutrients, below which put an individual at a risk of clinical deficiency. The last objective of our lecture for today is to understand the food pyramid. Food pyramid, first published in Sweden in 1974. A food pyramid or a diet pyramid is a pyramid-shaped diagram. Representing the optimal number of servings to be eaten each day from each of the basic food groups: grains, vegetables, fruits, oils, milk, meat, and beans. Food pyramid, it is a recommendation of what to eat based on dietary guidelines. Food pyramid, from top to bottom, contains fats, dairy products, meats, fruits and vegetables, and grains. To understand the food pyramid, we have to have an idea about important term, which is the serving size. A serving size is the suggested amount of food or beverage to consume at meal or in a snack. Serving size help to regulate the amount of calories consumed each day. They also encourage eating a wide variety of foods to completely meet nutritional needs. So it is used to help us to regulate the amount of calories and to encourage us to consume a wide variety of food. This is the food pyramid, which representing the optimal number of servings to be eaten each day from each of the basic food groups. At the base of the pyramid, there is a cereal and bread groups, also including the rice and pasta. We have to consume from 6 to 11 servings per day. According to the dietary guidelines, we have to consume 3 to 5 servings from the vegetable group and 2 to 4 servings from the fruit group. The milky group and the meat group occupying the third layer of the food pyramid evenly by 2 to 3 servings for each. On the top of the pyramid, there is fats, oils, and sweets group. We have to consume this group sparingly. Cereal group. This group provides carbohydrate, several B vitamins, and iron. We have to consume 6 to 11 servings per day. Some examples of serving size include half cup of cooked rice, which is about the size of a tennis ball, a slice of bread, which is about the size of CD, and a cup of pasta or spaghetti or cereal, both about the size of fist. Fruit and vegetables are rich in vitamin C and precursors of vitamin A. We have to consume 3 to 5 servings of vegetables per day and 2 to 4 servings of fruit group per day. Eating a diet rich in fruit, vegetables, and whole grains is important to maintaining good health. A tennis ball is a good visual for one medium piece of fruit. A serving of cooked vegetables is half cup, while a serving of raw leafy vegetables is 1 cup. Items in the meat group supply protein, fat, iron, and other minerals, as well as several vitamins. Dry beans, eggs, and nuts group, we have to consume about 2 to 3 servings per day from this group. As we said, we have to consume 2 to 3 servings of meat group. The recommended daily intake of meat or other protein equivalents ranges from 6 to 9 ounces per day, based on gender, age, and calorie needs. 3 ounces, which is the serving size of meat, is approximately the size of a palm of the hand or deck of cards. The food from milk group are a major source of calcium, protein, and riboflavin. We have to consume 2 to 3 servings of this group per day. The aim is to consume 2 to 3 cups of dairy products per day. Serving size include 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of yogurt. Take some dice to get an idea of the serving size for cheese. 1 ounce of cheese is the size of 4 dice. These are good visuals to understand serving size. The serving size for breads is equal to the whole hand, including the palm and fingers, while regarding the serving size of meats, it is equal to the palm of the hand only. The serving size of vegetables, rice, pasta, and fruit is equal to the fist of the hand. The fat serving is equal to fingertip. These are good examples of serving size. Just take a look. Thank you very much for your listening and your attention.